Hi Kishan, how are you?
Hi Natasha, fine, how are you?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for making time for us.
No, it's my pleasure.
Thank
Yeah.
you. So I am so keen to have this conversation with you because this facility is amazing. Can you talk about what makes the Quorum unique in that sense? And also maybe just tell us from a design perspective,
Yeah.
what makes it unique?
Unique. So the Quorum is, when it was designed, it was designed for creative. It was designed around creative thinking. So, how do we make use of the space we have, and how do we create areas which add value to clients and members who enter the Quorum? And it's been specifically designed, like I mentioned. So we have, we've made use of pretty much 90% of the land space, and through that we've created areas where we feel members will be able to use for different purposes. From a uniqueness perspective, we have it's a multi-facility venue. So we have a business hub, we have a Q lounge, we're sitting in the library right now. We have a walk-in wine cellar, a VIP room, fine dining restaurants, private dining rooms, rooftop restaurants and bars, spas, etc. like that. So all these areas, have their own different flavors, and it becomes your home away from your home, your office away from your office. The more you use it, the more you'll get out of it. And that's what the value in the whole offering is. When you look at the different floors, we've designed like our business hub, which we're calling the hub. It's got an African theme, so we've got giraffe looking tables and desks. We have trees, leaves, and it's given an African industrial look. Our first floor Q lounge.
I love the green trees.
Yeah, no, it is a favorite for many. So our Q lounge here is more Middle Eastern, so it has an Arabic type flavor, and our fine dine is European. We've got areas which have been told is more Scandinavian looking, and we have the rooftop, and the rooftop really is could be bringing more of an international type of look, with a retractable roofs, the motorized aluminium. So we've got a lot of technology in there. So more modern, and I think that then adds to the uniqueness of the building, because every time you enter a different floor, you have a different experience. You have there's different value in everything. Yeah.
And actually, there's also a gym and a spa.
That's right.
Yes.
We do. Yeah. So our gym, we have a pre-core equipment, which is your kind of Rolls Royce of gym equipment. And that's also unique. We have our own steam rooms with fiber lights, and the spa as well. We've brought in Ayurvedic equipment, which I don't think that type of equipment is even available in Zambia at this current state. So we're bringing something new.
There are like 3 restaurants. There are 26 rooms
26
for the hotel
rooms.
rooms. We have a gym. We have the workspace.
Yeah.
How did you make such good use of space? Just remind us, how big is the plot?
So the plot is just under an acre.
And you managed to fit all of that in under an acre. How on earth did you do that?
Yeah, so we had to be quite creative when thinking about the design of the building. It was specifically designed, obviously, to be able to cater and be able to give these amenities. But it really is around trying to ensure that you're making efficient use of space. So we didn't want to have any areas or have too large of areas which become sort of dead space. So for example, if you take our atrium area is right now in layman's terms is a hallway which leads through the building. And we've converted that space into an area where you can have events, you can do marketing, branding. We have digital glass, which is a shopfront type of glass where you can project your video campaigns, your pictures of your company. You can have launch events there. We tried to ensure that from a square meterage of foot traffic per square meter, we're trying to be as efficient as possible, and that's how we were able to do so much in such a small space.
And I'm sure that in being that efficient, there were a number of professionals, I would imagine,
Yes.
that you used for this project. Can you give us an idea of what that team looked like? Because I'm a big proponent of people using professionals, even if they're building their own house or a small flat. It's so important that you have your architect on board, a good professional contractor. Now, what more for a facility like this?
No, I agree. I mean, you're right. For professionals, they may seem like you're paying them a little bit more upfront, but your saving comes through at the end of the project.
Absolutely.
Because you're getting it done in a shorter period of time,
Yes.
and you're not going to have the defects that you'd have otherwise.
Yes.
For us, the whole building, the whole design of the building, the concept of the building was done by one of the shareholders, Raj Patel, and he together, spoke with the architect that we appointed, which is Anthony Chata through his company, Innovation Designs, he put the idea down to paper in terms of the structure of the building. And then through that, we've engaged various contractors. So we have Esteem, who are the main contractors. So they were also the main contractors for the Sarova Hotel. They've built one of the most greenest office parks I've ever seen on Church Road. And we thought they'd be a great partner for the quality and the sort of standards we're trying to meet with this building. And then on top of that, we have DH Engineering, who are mechanical and consultants, and the AC as well. We have RM Consulting, who do the electrical engineering, and then all the subcontractors around that. So we had IPZ, we have EML, who are electrical contractors. We had Just Aluminium, who did a bit of the aluminium and the ceiling work. There's iSecure, who did our networking. And also not to forget, we had Quantity Surveyors, MLN Associates on board. We had Civilink, who are structural engineers. And all of this was important for the type of building that we wanted to put up. Yeah. And then from an interior designing point of view, we wanted to go to a world-class interior designer. We went to India to a company called JJ Poonawalla, and she was able to come up with the interior design. Everything you see around you, was initially conceived and conceptualized by that firm. And they've got a track record of doing 5-star resorts, in various countries around the world.
So it took a whole team of professionals to bring this vision alive.
Yes, exactly. And also, amazing. Sorry, there's also Drake and Quorum, I forgot. So that's quite important. They were the contractors for the air conditioning and the lifts. They brought in the ThyssenKrupp lifts as well. For this type of build, you need to have your professionals on board. The hub is a world-class business center. So, we have private pods in there where you have Samsung curved monitors, you have deck stations. You don't need a laptop if you have a Samsung phone. You can just dock your phone and you can work off your phone on a monitor. We have Samsung flip charts, which I think we were one of the first to bring into the country when they were released last year. And with this, you can do video conferencing, audio conferencing, your Zoom calls. You can do, you can email through documents. You can write, when you're having your meetings on a flip chart, you can email them, Bluetooth them. And that piece of equipment is very efficient. We have half-core partitions in our conference room, which is acoustic panels to drown out sound. When we split up the conference room into two boardrooms. We have the digital glass, which I also mentioned earlier. So those are, that's an LCD screen sandwiched between two pieces of glass. You can project videos on their, slideshows, and it's great for any marketing or any events or branding that's being done. We have retractable roofs on the rooftop.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
it's my favorite feature.
Yeah, so that was unique because that hasn't been that size of roof hasn't been done here. So we have, and on top of that, we also got motorized aluminium windows. So the idea was to have a world-class type of rooftop which serves a function of being outdoors, but at the same time, can be closed up to make it comfortable for anyone who's enjoying during the time.
Yeah, you don't have to run indoors when the rain comes.
No, of course, yeah, and there's no wind, there's no, all the elements, even the sun, sun can be quite harsh at times, so, the retractable roof takes care of that. It gives you a bit of UV protection. On top of the features I've told you in the building, I think at the back of the house, the things you don't see, we've made the building very green. We have a water softening plant, we have a sewage treatment plant, so that converts your waste into grey water, which can be used for landscaping. It's also good enough to drink. And we've brought all of these, that type of equipment here to make it as comfortable as possible, because the services make it, quite important for anyone walking through the door.
Yeah, that's amazing that you've actually, or the designers took the time to make it a green building as well. Yeah. Finally, my last question is, you guys have taken all this time to create this amazing world-class facility, and we are now living in very uncertain times. So what challenges have you had to face during this COVID period?
So COVID has been one of many challenges over the last 2 years, and it's quite substantial because it has had a global impact. So I mean, some of the challenges we had, were that we were recruiting people beginning of the year. We had to stop that in April, which was a shame because we were training everyone up for all the different areas, and we will be recruiting them again, but it's a matter of timing. So that was there was a big impact there on the workforce. Secondly, clients out there who were onboarding as members have now got their own challenges because they may have liquidity constraints. And in bad economic times, a lot of people want to save rather than spend, and this is a spend on a luxury type item. That's how people view it, before they start seeing the value. So it's something that it's an investment for anyone who's becoming a member. That has been a challenge. Then obviously, your operational issues. So you've got, we still have things stuck in certain cities around the world which haven't left because they've been closed. Well, as we became operational, there's been challenges on, inflation and commodity pricing in the country as well. So, that's also thrown off a bit of the pricing when it comes to food and beverage.
No, I mean, that's there's so many challenges that you've highlighted, that so many businesses are having to go through. But, from the looks of it, you've handled them very well.
Thank you. I hope so.
And thank you so much for giving us this insight. I think it's going to be great for our diaspora community to see what we're achieving here in Zambia, to see the world-class standards that you're bringing. So thank you so much for your time.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much, Natasha.
I hope that you just found it that little bit inspirational to see what different people are doing here in Lusaka. So please stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this, and hit the notification button to make sure you don't miss any videos. And feel free to share it with other Zambians in your community who you know are interested in property. And let's connect on social media. I look forward to talking with you there. Bye for now.